If you've got a child in front of you who's melting down, I mean, screaming, crying, throwing, shutting inward, just shutting down completely, and you've tried everything to calm them, you've reached for every tool in your toolbox and every Instagram post you've saved, and nothing's working. This is what we'll get into in this video, the truth around this trouble. And it's not about the child in front of us that's dysregulated. It's actually a lot more about us. Hi, I'm Dahlia, and this is Liberated Learning. I want to challenge the word that's in the title of this video, the word calm. Calm. In our society, we are taught, and it is normalized for most of us, that when a child is dysregulated, the goal is to get them calm, to be quiet, to be still, to be back under our control. This is an unhealthy way to understand emotional expression and what the body truly needs when we're dysregulated. And that can look many different ways than quiet, still, and under control. A body that feels safe enough to come back on its own and in its own unique expression and way. And that's a different thing than forcing quiet or any other kind of state. That difference is the difference between a colonized way of treating our children and a liberated way of treating our children's emotional world and the way they express that. Stay with me. Here's what's actually happening when a child melts down. The physiological experience is that our nervous system, which is attached to all of our fascia, which controls all of our muscles and organs and our connectedness as a human, our nervous system will flip into a survival state. That fight, flight, freeze, fawn you may have heard of is different ways that our nervous system begins to interact with the activation. We could be hyper aroused, more that fight, flight energy, or we could be hypo aroused, more of that fawn and freeze, more inward and quiet energy. While this is happening, the thinking part of the brain, the part that can hear words and understand and follow logic and knows directions and can make those clear decisions, that goes completely offline. That is not available to any of us when we are in an activated state within our nervous system. So the part that could use their words is already gone. Let's bring this back to the child. When we stand over a dysregulated kid and we say, calm down, use your words, tell me what's wrong, what do you need? We're asking a brain that's already underwater to do something that it physically cannot. Yeah, physically cannot. So, how do we then support the nervous system to come back to that place, to our window of tolerance, to that grounded, regulated space? Co-regulation. This is an aspect of healing and connection and repair that is often missed in especially education spaces. Co-regulation is how we calm or help ground a dysregulated child. So co-regulation means we ourselves as the adult must be in a place within our nervous system that acts as an anchor for that child, that acts as a safety raft that they can lean on in a moment of a big wave of emotion. A child's nervous system is literally designed, all of ours are designed to read the nearest adult and match it and lean into it when it's safe, right? We all have various responses to this, but in any environment we are in, we feel the energy of the other people around us. This is the way humans are designed. So if we as the adults in the room come in tense and rigid and holding our breath and gripping on to our own panic of what's going on, the others, and especially the children, will feel that and they might match it or escalate, or they might match it and get more deeper into that hypo aroused state. So we could say all the right words and we could say be calm and we could use the I statements, but the body doesn't lie. And they're reading our bodies all the time. We're always reading each other's bodies all the time. If it's unconscious, it's unconscious. But if you're aware of it, it's a power that we can have more awareness of. That way we can show up in spaces in a way that is regulated and supportive to those around us, including ourselves. So the first move isn't to fix the dysregulation in someone else. It's to regulate yourself first, to put on your mask first before going in, right? So that you can breathe from a place of stability. Because we cannot co-regulate with a child from a dysregulated body. It's not possible. That steadiness has to be real in us first, or there's nothing for them to borrow. I work a lot with teachers and parents who carry this. And it's important to name it, that we ask adults to be the steady ones, the over and over, like, you need to be the grounded one, you need to have regulation so we can co-regulate, right? While no one is offering that tending or that co-regulation to the adults in first place. A lot of adults are walking around, a lot of us, with hurt inner children inside that didn't get that co-regulation from adults that we needed in our lives. And so now a lot of us are doing that extra work, which deserves to be upheld, to learn co-regulation while in interactions with our children. Again, we cannot pour regulation into a child from a nervous system that's running on empty. And that's not something that's a personal flaw or an error, or there's something wrong with us or broken. That's a symptom of a world that doesn't support its people. That's a symptom of a colonized society that acts as if grown-ups don't have needs and bodies too. The socialization aspect. And we're unlearning this in liberated learning. And this is why this is the practice. And this is why this is the invitation. So here's the practice. It's 2 parts. The first part is yours. Okay. So when the meltdown hits and you feel your own system starting to climb, you feel the escalation, maybe it's the heat, pause, pause, pause. This is the most important step. Take a pause. The longer the pause, the more beneficial. Give yourself space and time to grow your awareness of what's happening for you and name it in your body. Oh, I feel a heat in my chest. Oh, I feel a tingliness in my fingers. Before you say anything to the other person, then you're going to bring your awareness to the feet, your feet on the floor or wherever they are. Feel into them, press. You can even do this now. Press into your big toes, your pinky toe, your heel. Feel that connection to the earth and your feet, and feel that groundedness, that pressure, that gravity. So we have the pause, feet on the floor, and then we're going to offer ourselves any kind of self-touch that feels supportive. So maybe it's one hand on your chest, the other on the belly, one or the other. Maybe it's both hands on the chest, whatever feels right for you in that moment. Bring yourself back to yourself with your hands. And then we're going to take a breath that's longer on the way out than it is on the way in. So let's feel this really quick together. We have the feet on the floor. We're pausing, and we're going to let our hands land on our body in whatever way feels supportive to you in this moment. And we're going to inhale in through our nose. And on the exhale, we're going to make it extra long on the way out, maybe out through a straw. Having our lips pursed like we have a straw through them helps lengthen that exhale and signal to your nervous system you are safe. Okay? Quick little beat, grounding in the body, the feet, the touch, the breath. And this overall brings greater awareness to you and your body. This is about you and your body. You coming back to you and your energy so that you are steady in your breath. You are steady in your groundedness so that the child or whoever else you're with has something to lean on. The co-regulation can actually happen because there is someone who is regulated. And then the next part of this, that was part one, the adult regulation. Part two is when you turn to the child, is when you begin to engage, right? And in this space, you do not need a lot of words. Again, 80% of communication is body language. 80% of what we communicate is body language. So lower your body down to their level. Soften your voice. Calm and sweet. Not a tinge of frustration in there. This is the intentional way that our body invites in co-regulation. It's an invitation in the way we're showing up in our physical body. That is the bridge to a different state. That is the bridge to that grounded, regulated space. So we lower to their level, we soften our voice, and we might just say, I'm here. I'm here. I've got you. We're okay. We're going to be okay. I'm here. I've got you. When you're ready, let me know. Right? And then when you're steady, nervous system to nervous system begin to engage and do the communication. We become the steadiness by not demanding it from them, but by being it near them. This is what we mean by embodied learning. The body comes first for the child and for the adult. Embodying the state, the learning, the experience to help support us in bridging and co-regulation. So next time, before you try to calm them down and do all the things externally, start with your own breath. Truly start with your own breath and see how that impacts the situation around you. And we're not behind for taking that time or pausing. We're not selfish for needing that. We're actually doing the truest version of liberation work, which is attending to our own state and making sure that we are coming from that grounded, regulated state before adding on any kind of activation to the situation. So there's a place to begin in your own body linked below if you're interested in going deeper, because you deserve to be resourced too, not just the kids. Okay? Thank you for your time and attention. Let me know what questions or comments come up, and I'll see you next time.